everyone, we're continuing with day 12 part 2. We just solved part 1. For the first time we use this time instead of ChatGPT standard model, the new GPT-4. That's pretty fresh video. OpenAI will have a live demo very soon, and we'll log in and check it. But let's continue with day 13. And with day 12 part 2. Sorry for the confusion. As in the previous video, I'm usually what I do is here I'm starting either from a new prompt or saying, in our case, I will say the first prompt is continue from day part 1. We remove this context and so on, and let's try what we've been saying in such a cases is we were saying unfortunately the requirement change, and after that prompting what's part 2, and to see if we'll be able to solve the problem. And let's see, here in part 2 we can see already the problem seems more involving, but let's give a try. I mean, so far the first solution was, beyond comment. Compared to the previous version was super fast and so on. But let's see how we'll do for this second part. Okay, we're all of this stuff looks correct. It's using pointer, it's using the graph, it has a visit, etc. Let's hope that the model, so far it seems very promising. Let's do as we've been doing so far and simply have our Go program, having it copied here, have this new Go program, and let's double check. Oh no, that was the wrong place. We want it in our prompt. Here is the prompt, here is the input, should be the test input 346 in our case, but 346 is with our small input. Let's that's with actually the legitimate input. Part 2, input text. It's already running. It seems like we are in a Whoop. Okay, before that, here's 103 examples. Okay, it seems it didn't work as easily. I was thinking for a short moment that will simply solve the problem with copy and paste, but it doesn't seems so good. What we were doing in our previous attempts, instead of correct the solution, we will simply require a new solution, because as we saw with the previous model, was pointless to simply try it prompt 2. It was pointless to try it from to simply say, oh, that part of the solution it's correct, or this one it's not. Refresh prompt 1. We simply want to see if the second, the third, and so on solution will be simply correct. We can see again the algorithm is completely different than the one that we got initially, which is promising. Again, this model it's very new. At recording this video, it's actually OpenAI announced it 40 minutes ago. So there's some kind of excitement around, at least for me, and I wanted to try it as soon as possible. And let's see if our warnings from the previous model bring something. So far, if we haven't done the exercise that we did in the previous days, I would simply start going back and forth and try to see if the model can correct some kind of mistakes and so on. Let me stop the previous one because it was recursive that never end. Now I'm getting 10. Let me see with this input if that's promising for a 1. That looks a bit like I think it's returning the same solution. Did I copy something wrong? Let me double check that's the case, but unfortunately I think that retrying it did not help in this case. Then let me do input, or for some weird reason our okay, it's not the same. Again we have this part and change please read this the input from what's the input? Let's go to that test. We want to so to say to see that the model is taking that in account, because at the moment I start getting more the feeling that the model doesn't do much. Okay, it's telling us how to modify this stuff. Does it do anything? Okay, let's go to prompt prompt on. Sorry about that. No, like I want to, after each prompt here, I wanted to add answer and have the answer at the correct place. Sorry about that. Get too excited with the new model instead of solving the problem. I'm thinking more, how fascinating is the new model, but already I can see that it's will not be able to solve the problem only with copy and paste, although it's quite close to. I was impressed how it solved the first part, but let's see now. Okay, this update, blah blah blah. Does it have anything else than the update? Okay, that seems more promising. 346. That's exactly what I think here was saying. No, it's 100. Okay, it's a completely different number. No, it seems again wrong. But let's it seems again recursive failure. Let me try once again. Probably let me have the different check, because I'm not so sure how much of the program it's actually changed between these refreshes, because I'm start thinking that probably the temperature it's very low and it's giving us kind of the same solution. At least it looks to me. Oh, it looks exactly so. Okay, it doesn't. This solution wouldn't work, unfortunately. Okay, I can see more and more what OpenAI meant with alignment is me. Let me give again try. I think they're probably either saving of resources or there is something else going on. It was the same. Okay, at that stage, let me wait a little bit to finish that, compare and see if it's the same solution. If it's the same solution, I will simply I'll go back to my previous tactic in which I will actually start for completely new prompt. I have so far, I think, the number of queries that I can do per day. It's up to 100. It could be quite limiting. Let me see if this copying does work correctly. Okay, there's not much that I can change. Okay, here. Okay, that's a different solution. Let's go here. Let's also do our prompts correctly, because here the most important part for us is to simply have this hash of prompt2 or prompt1. We have the go part. And in our at least at the first part, I had the impression that it extremely well. However, in this part I can start seeing that suffers from the previous kind of problems. Let's see if that's okay. 37 still seems quite wrong, but let's see if it's never stopping. No, we get something. It's wrong. 37, because here with the very small input I need to get 103, and that seems not to be the case. However, let me look a little bit what's the change. After reviewing the available paths, you realize you might have time to visit a single small cave twice. Specifically, big caves can be visited in any number of times. A single small cave can be visited at most twice. Okay. And the remainder small caves can be visited at most once. Okay. I can visit a big cave as many times as I want. One small cave twice, and all the rest only once. Okay, let me see how I know if a given cave is however, the cave name start and end can only be visited exactly once each. Once you leave the start cave, you may not return to it. and once you reach the end cave, the path must end immediately. Okay, I think that because I didn't read the first part, start getting worse. Now the possible paths through the first example above are. And what was the first example above? Sorry about that, but I will need sadly to read. It's this example. Let me double check that that's exactly what I have here. With our submarine, subterranean, subsystem, subsisting suboptimally, the only way you're getting out of this cave anytime soon is by finding a path yourself, not just a path. The only way to know if you found the best path is to find all of them. Okay, I need to find all of the paths. Fortunately, the sensors are still mostly working, and so you built a rough map of remaining caves, your puzzle input. I have start A or start B. Okay, that's my start. This is a list of how the caves are connected. Okay, you start in the cave named Start, and your destination is the cave name End. And internally, like B and D means that cave B is connected to cave D. That is, you can move between them. So the above cave system looks roughly like this. I have start, I can start here and start here. I can move from A to C. I can move from A to B. I can move from the start to B, or starting from B, move to D, and from A and B I can move to the end. Your goal is to find the number of distinct paths that start at start and end at end. Okay, of this A, B, A, C, A, etc. Given the rules, there are 10 paths through this example cave. The cave D would need to be visited twice. Once on the way to cave D and second time on return. Okay, I couldn't visit this small cave twice, etc. But now I can. Let's see what's the change in the solution. I have the nodes, I'm starting of the cave, but what are the conditions that I'm is big, but I can visit not big cave, only double visited neighbor, so on. Okay, let me try. Firstly, when I try with the test input, I'm getting 37 paths. I should be getting 103 paths. Let me try to describe this. And saying in my prompts, I have the next prompt. It's not. I think at that stage, I think there a bug in the code. I expect to get with this and instead I'm getting 37 paths. Are you sure that you visit single small and I think that's legit input. Please think step by step. Again, let's see if that's help us. Tak. Now the model is telling us very confidently that, oh, sorry about that, blah blah blah. I apologize for the confusion. Appears there was an oversight in the previous code. The double visit variable tracks small caves that have been visited twice, but we should track the single small cave that can be visited twice separately. Here it is. Okay. Let's see. That's to be honest, it's not easy coding problem. I wouldn't be surprised if it's getting it wrong again, because as we've seen previously, it talks very confidently for stuff like that, but it's not correct. Previously was saying, previously I'm talking for the previous version of ChatGPT, not with GPT-4. Let me depth first search. Is that the function that I'm needing to replace? Yeah. How to just my okay, because it's telling me to change that, and I'm pretty sure that's fine, but I'm, so to say, lazy, dumb, and let me see what is telling me for my main function. Again, as in the previous example, I might end up to need to ask it to write me the entire code itself because I probably will do something wrong. Is that the case? No, I'm getting 37. Did it lie me? No, that is unacceptable. Why is that? I was really excited, but yeah, my excitement it's cold now. Wenig and wenig. Less and less. I'm less and less excited. Please. Yeah, let's see if that will help with something. I mean, it's saying that we'll rewrite the program, but as we saw previously, in such cases, it was saying that we'll rewrite the program, but when you compare it with, so to say, the new program was actually the old program, etc. Let's give a try, but I'm thinking is less and less likely to do it. I will start simply a new prompt most likely and will try with it, because that almost it looks identical, to be honest. Yeah, I mean, it's returning 10, which was the original value, and this input will return 4000 something. Yeah, 4001, which is, I mean, it's the same. Okay, let me give a last try and we'll call it a day. New start. Sorry about that. Let me grab this part, hearing the whole thing. Oh. And talk. Task. I have this task, and let me give you the instruction. What was the prompt? I'm giving this context. Sorry about that. And I'm giving instructions. A Go program that solves the problem, but let me mention that I want this Go program blah 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 Python. Let me fix that. Or let me I fix it. Yeah. Let's fix that stuff because I didn't do it when I write it for the first time. From and what did I ask here? Okay, I want exactly this prompt here, but I want to be like that. Okay, starting a new chat. Legacy. Okay, it's telling me that we'll create that. Tac. I mean, it looks different than the previous solutions. Let's hope that this one will solve it. And we'll call it a day. It looks a little bit simpler than the previous one. I think that even if couldn't solve it, I probably will iterate on this solution because it seems relatively easy to follow when I compare with the other ones that so far we got. But let's see how if it's really better or it's me being delusional. It's getting 0. It's getting 0. Let me see what is here if we read it correctly. Sorry about that. From 2. Okay, it seems that part is fine. So it's calling the thing 0. Let me say that it seems there is a bug. I'm getting 0. Again, it's telling me that it's reviewing the code, and as previously mentioned, that's more okay here. Okay, seeing a problem with the Go program. Did it change anything? Let me continue with this trick of having it side by side, because frequently it's saying, okay, I'm seeing the problem, I will fix it. Okay, change the condition, which it might be really the problem. It's 3. No. Okay, it still doesn't seems to be working. I think I will need simply to revisit that. I still have I want to leave pretty soon for today, so I start getting tired, but let me regenerate. Prompt 3. And let's see the solution. Is that significantly better or not? And it doesn't seem like any change really. However, this recursive solution, I think I would iterate further on it. Let me have this side here. Yeah, it looks it's changing this condition here. Sorry about that. But let me it's quite hard for me to judge it. Thankfully it's a program, we can run it and see if it works or not. Did I change it? Sorry about that. Not sure that I really changed it. Okay, it seems the same kind of thing. If I go here and refresh it again, next node, so on. That looks like a bit different. Visit, find path. Yeah, that seems like a completely different program. It is this model is significantly slower than the previous one, but let me see how that will do. Here we get 0. Is there input? We're getting, I mean, this number is very small, but let's submit it and hope for a miracle. The miracle didn't happen. Let me try once again. I think OpenAI are going to start their stream in the following few minutes. Now probably cut the video up to here because there is I want to see their presentation. Let me have the sound quieter, and let's see. It's going to work. That looks different. Yeah, I think that this blind coding at the end of the day will not work. No, not really. This blind coding is not the way to go with this complicated task. The model is very slow. I'm not sure if okay, the model is checking if I'm big a cave by making it uppercase, and if it's equal to itself, it is. Okay, nice. And turn 1. It is yeah, of this solution, the one interesting thing that it's easy to notice is that these solutions seems very close to each other. The previous model was with higher temperature. This one seems more stable, but there is probably one small mistake. I need to look at the exercise and simply make sure that I'm reading it correctly. Let me add the last prompt. 2, and here I have this part. Sorry about that. Can start getting tired, and I will stop for now and probably see you in just a second or in the next video. I'm not sure if I will merge this video with another one or will be uploaded as a separate. I'm now back. Let's continue with day 12 part 2. I have a very long break of few days before to continue this video. Let's see, for you it's probably just the next second, but for me I had a big pause between. Okay, what I remember we were doing is to try to get this program more or less working, because it was looking promising for the connection, but actually now I'm thinking to simply to revert to a previous strategy that we used to use and simply test how I will perform with the GPT-4, the one that we were using with the original model of ChatGPT, GPT 3.5, and what was that is simply to have the first part, new start, prompt 1, GPT here. We will more or less use GPT here from now on, up to the moment that we hit some limitation for example, the number of messages that we can send in 4 hours, etc. Okay, now what I'm going back to is previously we have our approach in having, for the second day of a given day, we had this type of input. Oh, that's our question, that's our please write a grow program, blah blah, that's the answer, and we were giving the second part of the question as a new question, part 2 and so on, and we were asking to write a new program based on this part. Okay, let's simply give a try if this strategy in which we have part 2 on starter. Sorry about that, that shouldn't go here, that's part 1. I want to do it in part 2, of course. What we do is we have our initial question, we have our context, you're competitive programmer. I think to simply not waste a lot of time, let's keep this context from here. We have instructions and we have let's use task because it's short. Instructions, write a going program. And let's see, we had this instruction that were saying, okay, please read that from a file and so on. Write a Go program that solves this problem, and we need this point. Read input from. That's important part, because we want to read the input from a file. Task. For the task we'll use our favorite tree, and answer will be, for answer we actually will use our working program for part 1. You say, okay, you did the top job. Let's not revert here how the code was. We have this task. Let's simply follow the instruction test, and it's perfectly fine. Do we have something? No, clear code. And that's our actually Go program. Let's do it like that, and let's be very aware of that. Here let's use actually the syntax here. It's actually the syntax should start from here, and we're saying, okay, let's go. That's the answer, and let's craft the task. And let's grab the task. I know that you've been watching this video, not this task. That's hopefully later on. We have this task. Tac, 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 tac. Okay, the answer that we got. Now we're going to we have context, instruction, task, and we want to have now again instructions, task, and answer, and that's what we would expect. Thank you. here thing here. The program works as expected. However, there are new requirements. However, does that build on the first task? For the second task, from bam, perfect. And now in the task we should grab this part 2, let's see how well we'll do on this one. And we're trying that because now the context length it's a little bit longer. Previously we had this context restriction and so on, and I want to see how much GPT-4 can handle this. As you can see, we have only 25 messages every 3 hours. We are quite restrict so far in our approaches. We were that was okay for us. For me it's more interesting to see if this approach will produce better program. And let's here, instead of answer, I will put A, and as previously we'll simply give everything that we get so far. Okay, we start with the program. Already I can see big improvement. Again, as I mentioned, I said in this video, I'm simply keeping everything to have some solid base on comparison. If someone wants to use this repository to get some more information of how GPT 3.5 compared to 4 and in the future 4.5, etc. Okay, that's our new program. Let's see, we have with test 346. And with the original example we will need to get 3.6. I mean, that looks wrong, and let's see why it's wrong. The first search version 2. Let me grab this version 2 and go online and use our favorite tool, having version 2 and version 1 part by part, and double checking how much actually really changed, because as we saw previous example, okay, previously we have this depth first search that was path, fine, we have a boolean for visited, now we have integer, that's probably counting how many times we visited, which is fine. We have count, that it's a pointer, and we have the graph, that it's the same. Previously we were checking for the boolean, now we are checking visiting is under 2, or when we compare to uppercase, it's uppercase. Let me go back to the how our input was given. We have this start position, which is can start from, let's look at this simplest example. We have this start position that it's A, start position B, which means that we can start from here or we can start from here. After that we have all of the connections. In these examples, A is connected to C, A is connected to B, and also A is connected to the end. And what we were doing in the first part is, your goal is to find the number of distinct paths that start at start and end at end. For example, I start from A, and I start from start and I can go A, or I can go in direction B. When I go to A, I can go directly to the end, I can go to B and then to the end, etc. And we need to find all the unique paths that are doing that, and we use for that purpose this depth first search, in which we were keeping track, okay, have I visited that, and so on, and simply going through the graph and exploring the paths. And now we have a new version, which the main difference is when we are going to this visited paths, we are checking not simply that we haven't visited, but also that we visited at most once. And I think here it's exactly where the algorithm is, so to say, incorrect. And what we can see from here, the new requirements are, after reviewing the available path, you realize you might have time to visit a single small cave twice. Okay, I can visit a single small cave twice, which when we are saying small cave and big cave, that's based on if it's small letter or a big letter. Small cave can be visited twice, only small cave that is single small cave twice, and the remaining small caves can be visited at most once. Okay, I can hit this condition here, only so to say once for small cave. I can hit it for a small cave once, but I can pick one of these small caves for which I can have it equal to 2. And let's see how to accommodate that part to the algorithm, because I think that's the place where our condition fails. Let's see what about for the big caves. Specifically, big caves can be visited any number of times. A single small cave can be visited most twice, and the remaining small caves can be visited at most once. However, the cave name starts and ends can only be visited exactly once each. This start and end, which means I couldn't, here in our example, I couldn't go start A and after that go B, go start, go again, and having this kind of cycle. For the small ones, I can go B, D, and going back. Why? Because I'm allowing at most one small cave to be visited twice. And for from here, if I start A, B, go E, C, and from the C again to A, I can combine C, A, and from B as many times as I want. I can go from them. And in the original one, I have 10 paths. And there are given these paths that I can visit. Now when I am allowing this condition in which I can go exactly once, now I have 36 options to do that, and if we explore some of them, for example, if you look at the longest one, we can see that now we can combine it with pass back to C, probably with pass back to B, and so on, and that allows us to have simply more ways in which we end up at the end, because as you can see here, we have B 2 times, we have C 2 times, etc. Again, we have B 2 times, C 2 times, and that allows us to do that better. But however, here instead of 36, which is what we expect for our config, we get 346, which is significantly bigger. And here even I can quickly spot that one of the problem is that this condition, it's simply checking, okay, I visit that once, I can go here, which it's fine, it's correct, but we can do, we so to say don't make a couple of distinction. We always check, okay, for this one, if it's a big one, we can go as many times as we want, which is fine. But the other condition here, in which we're deciding, okay, we can go, if not visit, need to have two components. First, if it not visited, which is fine, or if it is visit and it is the first to be visited, and it is or case if what is this? If it's not visit, I always get there. Or is it visit and also I need to make sure that it's visit in all of this stuff only once. Var first I have this first visit false, and now I'm checking. Okay, I'm this one. I want to have that like a separate condition. This one that is lowercase n is being visit, but that happen only once. That's happening now. I'm saying okay, and first visit through in here. I should check this part that visit is not true. Kind of this kind of stuff. Why I couldn't oh I need to do this stuff here. I'm lowercase. Now I need to second to do this nasty check for that I'm lowercase, and I have visit one here like that. Okay, but why this condition? I understand that. No, I'm a failure. I'm a failure. Is here one or visited? Okay, that's getting to 20. Which is in the right direction. I'm not sure that here, when I go out, I should have it falsified. I have it falsified in too many cases. If it's 2, I want to falsify it only in these cases. 63. Probably if I do this step here, don't change much. I'm visiting it I think that's with the uppercase. It doesn't matter. I was I'm thinking I'm visiting A, I'm going deep in the graph, I'm visiting B, and after that I can the option to visit C or to visit again A. And when I'm going to visit A, I will check here, okay, I'm visiting A, it's been visited once. It is not the first time, it is the first time. I'm allowing to visit second time. And I'm continuing in this path. After that I'm going here, having the appended path, and I'm going deeper, and when I go out I have this count of the path increase. I'm saying here, okay, unmark this like a visit. And when you unmark this as a visit, in this case you'll be in the point that, okay, I visit this only once, is being visited only once so far, and I'm saying, okay, remove, that's not the one that I'm visiting it for a second time, and I'm continuing with the path. Not me, this stuff looks so to say correct. Why would it not produce the expected output? But it's producing where is this count? The count is when it's hitting the end. Here we have 20 because we get to the end. Probably in this moment will be interesting to print the path. I want to see which paths I'm missing. string join path. No, I can visit 1 second. Start and end can be visited only once, but here I clearly can see start being visited like multiple times. Yeah, I think was thinking that my part of the logic was wrong in another place, but actually more and more. 1 second, let me comment that out. It's more here that I have this start multiple times. I have this start multiple times. Visited neighbors. You always start from the start. I mean, for all this, give no. Start. Simply skip the start from all these lookups. Like, yeah, what will be known. Define it. Okay, this nice. Sorry about that. 36, which is exactly what was expected. Actually, the problem was that the start wasn't there. Okay, I think that will solve our problem. Input. I actually don't. Sorry about that. Let me remove this input and problem. Want to use more debugging. I want this, I want that, and I want to run the whole thing. Okay, that's the value that we get, and we were able to solve day 12. Thank you for your time and see you in the next video. Bye.